let's talk stabilizers. Specifically, the Matthews Bridge Lock. Is it worth the price tag? So when the Matthews Bridge Lock came out a couple years ago, I remember saying to myself, you'd have to be an idiot to spend that much or buy one of those stabilizers. Well, I'm an idiot now because I own one. Couple things about them. Are they worth it or not? I've shot this one a little bit. Obviously the negative is they're super expensive. These come in at like $250, $260, kind of depends on where you're buying it. This is a 12-inch one, so this is the biggest one. You could get a 10 or an 8. But one thing you'll notice is, so this one's classified as a 12-inch bar. And it is 12 inches from top to bottom, okay? So we're calling it a 12-inch bar. It is 12 inches long, but the way it's inserted and used, I guess I've got to get that out. The way it's inserted and used, you put 2 inches of it inside the riser, so you're actually only getting, this one's going out to about 10 and a half. Now, so you're getting a 10 and a half inch stabilizer, calling it a 12. So keep that in mind when you buy one. That is one of the knocks that I see. The other thing is these weights are expensive and you have to use their weights. These are about 20 bucks a piece per ounce. You know, if that's, you know, if that may be fair to you, I don't know, it just is what it is. They're $20 an ounce for weight. So I've got 4 ounces on the front of this. This is a more traditional stabilizer, and I've got 6 ounces on the front of it. This one is an actual, this one actually, the bar itself is a 10-inch bar, but I've got a little over an inch on the front, and I've got a quick disconnect on this. So while these are cheaper, you still got to buy a quick disconnect, so it's going to be 20 bucks there. The weights are cheaper, and you're actually going to get your full 10 or 12 inches out in front of your bow. So with this particular one, it's sticking out at 12 and a half right now. So I'm getting, while this is a 10-inch bar, this is a 12-inch bar, if you want to call it that. This one actually sticks out farther than my Bridge Lock. So pros and cons, right? If you look at the price of these, again, being about $250, $260 plus tax and everything else, and then you look at a name brand stabilizer like a Shrewd or something like that, they're gonna be about 100 bucks. 12 inches to 12 inches. Again, not really 12 inches. The Shrewd comes in like 110, something like that, 115 plus tax. So a little less than half of what it would cost to go to the Bridge Lock, but it is what it is. So let's talk about the pros of the Bridge Lock. We've talked about the negatives. They're actually shorter than what they say they are. The weights are expensive. They're expensive. Those things are obvious. Those are the things that everyone, when they first come out, said, that's ridiculous. Let's talk about the pros. So the pros for the Matthews Bridge Lock. Obviously, the cool feature about it is, A, it matches your bow, so you can get a color that matches the rest of your bow, which, I mean, obviously I like for my stuff to match and look good, and it does. The biggest benefit, though, is the ability to move it further in or further out if I need it. Okay, so for example, I shoot ASA, I shoot 145. There is a maximum, I believe it's 10 inches of the front stabilizer bar on your bow. So if I go to a local shoot, another like local 3D, and I shoot Hunter Elite, doesn't matter. I can have the 30-inch stabilizer if I want. Whether you agree with that or not, that's just the rules. So with this stabilizer, it gives me the ability to run it all the way out when I go to those local 3Ds. But when I go to an ASA, I can slide it in a little bit and make sure I get that 10-inch from the riser measurement. Whereas with this one, it's a 10-inch bar, but once you stack the weights on and then you put the amount on here, you're getting really close. And you don't want to show up and they go, that's not legal, and you either got to take it off or start taking the weights off or something to make this work. That's a big risk. So you get the ability to slide it in or slide it out depending on your legalities of where you're shooting 3D. The other thing is when you're packing it in a case. So with this one, I got to unscrew it, take it off, put it on, get it back out, screw it back on, and that's using the quick disconnect. With this one, it's really just as simple as I can run it back in there, lock that down, throw it in the case, and it's ready to go. And then when I get there, extend it back out, lock it back down, I'm ready to go. So those are a couple really good features. Again, with the look of it, it is light. Like the bar itself is very light, and you can feel the weight on the outside. So I think it does balance your weight good, but it is it is one of those things that you're kind of getting cheated, and you're paying more to get cheated. I like it. I bought it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to stack 2 more ounces on the end. I'm going to shoot it in 3D for the reasons I stated before. I don't use the like 10 degree down or 8 degree down, but you can't do that with the bridge lock system. That's another negative. I've never really been into that, so that wouldn't affect me a whole lot, but somebody, I'm sure it does, and so this would rule that out for them. So in other words, if you want to save the money, just go with the standard stabilizer. This is a Squatch Archery. They make a good affordable stabilizer. It's lightweight, narrow. I use them on my other bows, like over here. But for this one, kind of going all out, I've got all the matching stuff. I got an expensive sight, expensive grip, expensive leg limbs. I went ahead and put on the stabilizer to match it all, and I will use it. I will benefit from the perks of being able to slide it in and out. But in reality, this will do the same thing. You know, it's just up to you. Save your money, do the same thing with this. You got a few more perks with this option, and you're going to pay for it because it's a Matthews product. So, but Matthews is a good company, so I mean, if you've got the money, support them. American business. You know, keep your money here locally. So anyway, that's my opinion on those. Leave a comment if you got something else to add, something I didn't think about, pros and cons. It's hot, it's humid, it's nasty here. Like, subscribe for the effort of getting out here and sweating to death and making a little video. Appreciate it.